All right, peace family. How are you doing? Can you hear me out there? Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Okay, well, thank you for joining today. Thank you for coming to what is the first Black Power sermon being Peace streamed. Family. How are you doing? Can you hear me out there? Hold on a moment. Testing. All right. So today's sermon is what we would call no land, no voice. Okay? The reason why it is titled No Land, No Voice is very simply to stress and emphasize to you how important land is to our success as a people. Okay? Now here's the trouble. Here's the issue, right? We come into this consciousness, right? We come into this consciousness almost like fools, to be honest. Okay, almost like fools. Now here's something I want to share with you. Now, I debated whether I should do this, and I guess I really shouldn't. But it's probably the simplest way for me to make you understand, right? The simplest way for me to make you understand that when it comes to African sovereignty, okay? When it comes to even the ability to say something, to use your mouth, right? The only thing you should tell people, right? Let me put it this way. There is this quote unquote African American folk saying, right? And it goes something along the lines of shut the fuck up when grown folk are talking. Okay? So you might have like young folk, right? Young folk, they come into a circle with our elders and elders and all that. And then they want to say something, right? And it's like, okay, the elders would tell you, shut the fuck up when grown folk are talking. When grown folk are talking, do not say anything. All right? So again, like I said, down in America, right? In America, they have black folk sitting up, right? Black folks sitting up and saying, shut up. Grown people is talking. And the reality is this, that is the mindset, peace sister, that is the mindset that we as a people have to start adopting, right? That's the mindset that we as a people have to start adopting, but we have to transform it a bit. It can't be shut up when grown folk are talking. It got to be shut up when people with land are talking, right? And if you don't have land, listen to me, if you don't have land, right, then don't talk. Or the only thing you should be mentioning is how can I get land? Period. That's the only concern, because all power, listen to me, all power is centered around land. All right? All power is centered around land. Y'all can see this video. It's a little weird video. This white boy is harassing a bunch of black folk with drones. But this is what I'm saying though. You see, and this is like you, and this is like a view from Africa, right? And you notice that. See, look, you can't do this in New York. Y'all see this video. You can't do this in New York. The government of New York says, look, don't fly no drones. But here in Africa, where the government probably don't got that, you got this white boy going around just flying a drone, and look at the access he has to your children. This right here, and I didn't mean to really talk about this video. I didn't really mean to talk about this visual. But this is something that you have to understand why the white man could walk in and capture African people. Okay? You see, because when you have land, right, you can decide what goes on that land. And if you don't have land, you have to wait for somebody else to make that decision. You understand? This white boy made that decision for himself. He said, look, can I fly this drone around and harass your people? And they probably said, no, what if you going around harassing our people and all of that? And he said, look, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't mean to curse, guys, but I don't care. What you gonna do? And that's really where the land question comes in. Okay? The land question is always going to be, what are you going to do? Right? Can you guys hear me out there? The land question is always going to be, what are you going to do? All right? So this is something that you have to understand. Whenever you are on someone's, wherever you are, that's what it is. Wherever you are on someone's land. Okay? You are on someone's land. And the only thing that you should be focused on, real talk, is having that land be yours and or having a voice in the government of that land. Because if you really pay attention to this world, you'll notice that the land is owned by the government. You understand? The land is owned by the governments of the world. See, I put this game in the Book of Power. You know, I put this game in the Book of Power. Matter of fact, if you let me see something. I put this game in the Book of Power because I wanted you to understand, right, that governments are the land owners wherever you are. Okay? And with governments being the land owners, and you know this because look, you pay taxes on your land. You understand? Now you might say, wait a second, you know? Now here's the thing. When you own land, you become that local government. You understand? So therefore, government still owns land. You become that local government. But that's the position that you have to get yourself in. And if you don't get yourself in that position, you are beholden to somebody else. And you might be like, no. Because see, I already know what some of you are thinking. Some of you thinking, well, you can't own land. Okay? You might think that. That's fine. You say, man, nobody owns land. You know? That's how you sound. Nobody owns land. Look, you have to understand that no one has to feed you. No one has to clothe you. No one has to shelter you. No one has to teach you. If tomorrow you starve, right? If tomorrow you starve to death, nobody cares. Nobody has to care. You ever pass by one of them? Sometimes, you know, there's homeless people sitting down. Some of them, most of them are not really homeless. Or most of them not really that desperate. But some people in some parts of the world, I'm talking about, you know, in America. America got homeless people, right? A lot of them, you know, they're well fed, they're well kept for. Apparently, if you begging for money, you can get more than, you know, working minimum wage. Real talk. That's fine. I don't care, right? I mean, I wouldn't beg for money, but still, right? But listen to me. So, some parts of America, some parts of the world, people, right now, somebody's stomach is eating itself. Somebody's stomach is eating itself for this person to survive, and they are keeling over, ready to die. No one got to care for them. And look, that person could be you any day. You understand? As long as you don't understand the one question, which is the question on everybody's mind, which is, how will you eat tomorrow? How will you eat tomorrow? If you can't answer that question, then like I said, shut the fuck up when landed folk are talking. If you ain't got no land, you got no voice. Because see, 99% of black folk in this world, sorry, let's not even say 99, but let's just say a high percentage of black folk on this planet wait for the white man to feed them. Okay? A good percentage of the people you discuss and discourse with, a lot of people that you want to become woke and you want to do stuff for the people, and they put their fists up, black power. A lot of those folk, the question comes, how you going to eat tomorrow? They say, well, I'm going to go to the white man. You understand? A lot of these people are going to go to the white man for food. And the question is, look, Look, and the thing is this, that's going to happen for another 200 years. Okay? That's going to happen for another 200 years. Do not sweat it. The only thing that you need to focus on is how are you going to eat tomorrow, and not ask the white man to feed you. You hear me? All you need to know is how will I eat tomorrow without a white man feeding me? You understand? Because if you can't answer affirmatively, you're wasting your time and my time. You're wasting both of our times. Most black people want to keep the status quo as it is. They are comfortable as they are. Most black people. They are comfortable with the life, with the ramifications of colonization and what colonization has done for them, what has given them. They don't have to work hard for anything. And because they don't have to work hard, the white man could sit back and enjoy the profits of his exploitation. And look, most people want that. You have to understand that. Most people want that. Most black people want this situation. So a lot of people are like, man, how can we say black people? How can we help out the race? Right? That's a lot of you. A lot of you, the problem with black people is that we like to work too much and we like to dance too much, and that's what you say. But you not understanding the problem is that you looking at the wrong people to bring you up. Because most people, and look, it's not just most black people, most people, white, black, dog, cat, most people want to go along to get along. Most people want to follow the status quo. Most people do not want to change the situation. You can't be waiting for most people to do what's right. What you need to do is you yourself say, how can I do right? And who really wants to do right? And let's work together. Because right now, that's not what you're doing. A lot of black folk. I see a lot of black folk. A lot of black folk. Well, I mean, if only our people were to, and then, what Beyonce did, and oh man, that's what I'm gonna do, right? That's what the quote unquote conscious folk are right now. Matter of fact, in America, and not just America too. I'll tell you, in America, there's this dude named Tariq Nasheed and this woman named Yvette Carnell. Okay, they going at each other, hard body, nasty insults, nasty. Okay, one of them's like, man, I got more bank than you. You living at your mom. But the other one's like, well, at least I ain't got gout. And my little mulatto wife, and I don't got no mulatto wife and don't cook for me. And they just going at each other. And you're like, dang, man, them people in America, they wild, right? Then of course, I look over in Azania, in South Africa. Same thing going on. There's Malema, leader of the EFF. And he got to say he got wealth, blah blah blah. And then there's this other woman. She I don't even know who she is because I'm not from South Africa, so I don't even know who she is. Real talk. But she's like, man, I'm more woke than this dude. I'm more black conscious. I ain't on Gucci shoes and nothing. And then other people just nasty. They like, oh well, here's your nudes. Like straight up. They don't even wait. They don't delay nothing. Here's your nudes. Look at that. Look at you naked. And you just like, look. But see, the trouble is that this is the issue with us as a people. See, because if you have land, right? Because this is what you call unlanded conversation, non-landed conversation, landless conversation. Okay? Where you just complain, oh man, I'm more conscious than you. And oh man, well, you hustling people. Look. And then black folk all over the world engaged in this. And then meanwhile, are they engaged in feeding themselves? You understand? Are they engaged in feeding themselves? If you're not engaged in feeding yourself, why are you arguing with another man? If none of you are feeding yourselves, Why are you arguing with another man? The only thing you should be focused on. How am I going to eat tomorrow? And do I need to go to a stranger? Do I need to go to a foreigner? Do I need to go to somebody outside of my national interest, outside of my racial interest to eat? Because most people are going to say, you know what, I don't mind fighting each other, but I'm going to eat some, I'm going to go to the store, I'm going to get some organic turkey, I'm going to get some, that's it. And these people, look, they're going to be in servitude for 200 damn years. They're going to be fighting each other for 200 more damn years. You know what I'm saying? 300, 400, I don't care. Name a number, pick a number. It's indefinite. These people are going to be exploited for an indefinite amount of time. And you have to understand that. You have to understand that you're never, that most African people are never going to be free. Never. So your concern, and look, there's a caveat to never. What I mean is that it's indefinite. See, because you could be free today. You could be free today. Or you just need land. See, the white man, the way how he enslaved the race, if you will, is he just took you off your land. That's all. That's it. That's it. Peace, brother. This is me, man. Anyway, the white man, the way how he got land, the way how he got your freedom is he got your land. That's all there is to it. Okay? There's no complicated situation, because when you have land, listen to me, when you have land, then you have access to the resources. When you have access to the resources, then you have access to the industry. When you have access to the industry, then you can connect with people on an economic level. Okay? You see, right now you say to yourself, look, how am I going to eat tomorrow? That's what you say. You say, how am I going to eat tomorrow? Right? And then what you do? You say, well, the white man says, well, you can go to the grocery store. And you're like, well, I'll just go to the grocery store. And then what do you do? You going to steal from the grocery store? No, you're not going to steal from the grocery store. Or let's say you say, oh, this is a fresh apple. And you're going to pick up the apple and you start biting it. And somebody says, some white boy comes out of nowhere. Even if it's a black man, who knows? They come out of nowhere and say, look, what you doing, man? You can't just bite the apple. You got to buy it. Buy it? How do I buy it? Well, you got to get some money to buy it. That right there, you see, it says $1. Oh, it's $1? Okay. Well, I don't got any money. Well, then you got to go work. You got to go be a slave sometime. You got to go do something for me in order for me to give you the apple. Because I didn't just put up this apple for free. You think this is not for you to, you can't just grab an apple. You got to work for me. He's like, oh, well, where can I find work? Well, you got to go look in the paper. You got to go prove yourself that you're worthy, blah, blah, blah. Eventually, this is the system that is going to lock you in. All because you need to eat. And if you do not eat, listen to me, you will starve to death. Period. You'll starve to death. So, again, the connection is you got to get the land. And if you don't have the land, you're not talking about it. Because a lot of black folk, listen to me, a lot of our people will talk about everything under the sun except for land. Hey, man, this guy, man, look at his shoes. I don't give a shit about this no man's shoes. I ain't never look. I don't even look at people's shoes. I don't care what your shoes look like. Well, man, this person got a big mansion. I mean, look, I'm not going to say I'm not guilty of that. Oh, man, Tariq Sheik got a big mansion. I shouldn't mock myself. Let me give a real voice to me. Yo, Tariq Sheik got a big mansion, right? Anyway, look. But real talk, who cares? You understand? My concern, because the thing is this, you're going to have this, that you see going on in the world right now is going to keep going on in the world regardless. Talking to a good friend. I said, look here, if y'all don't realize this, but for the last 200 years, the Maroons around the world were free. You understand? The Maroons around the world were free. So while we were going through, we're fighting for independence. Oh, we're fighting for our civil rights. Oh, we're doing this. Oh my gosh, we're starving. Oh, there's a riot. Right? While all that was going on, there were Africans on certain islands, certain cities, certain habitats, whatever, who were just free. You understand? And the reason why they were free is because they had land. You're never going to be free until you have land. So if anybody's talking to you about freedom, anybody's talking to you about consciousness, anybody's talking to you about responsibility and discipline and black power, and they ain't talking to you about land, then tell them to shut the fuck up when landed people are talking. That's the only imperative. That's your race imperative. Get your black ass some land, period. Stand up on that land. When you have land, listen to me, you can hire people, right? Or you can work with people to get that land popping. I'm going to actually ask you to open up, let me see. I'm going to ask you to open up your book of power, okay? I'm going to ask you to open up your book of power to page 209, all right? So we're going to go to 209, quick, fast, like Ramadan. I know I shouldn't be quoting that dude, but, you know. All right. Let's see. Page 209, right? This is Martin Delaney. He says, look here. Matter of fact, I could even, he says, look, get up a community and get all the lands you can if you cannot get any singly. You understand? Right? He starts off, I give you advice how to get along. Get up a community and get all the lands you can if you cannot get any singly. Grow as much vegetables, kata bakata, as you want for your families. On the other part of the land, you cultivate rice and cotton. Now, for instance, 1 acre will grow a crop of cotton of $90. Now, a land with 10 acres will bring $900 every year. If you cannot, and this is just money from back then. It ain't even important. If you cannot get the land all yourself, the community can, and so you can divide the profit. Again, page 209. There's tobacco, for instance, in Virginia, and Virginia is a great place for tobacco. There are whole squares at Dublin and Liverpool named after some place of tobacco notoriety. So you see what enormous value your labor was to the benefit of your enslavers, right? Now you understand that I want you to be the producers of this country. It is the wish of the government for you to be so. We will send friends to you who will further instruct you on how to come to the end of our wishes. You see that by adhering to our views, you'll become a wealthy and powerful population. Now, the only thing I could say about this right now is that Delaney was talking about some other government. But he's still pointing out to you, hey, look, governments have an interest in you cultivating the land to bring about some economic empowerment to your people, to a mutual economic empowerment with the government and your people. Listen to what he said. If you have enough land, you can feed people. People don't gotta ask, how am I gonna eat tomorrow? Right? And everybody, when it comes to eating, right, there's this reciprocity in a sense. Okay? There's this reciprocity. You don't just grab the apple, right? I mean, you could grab the apple if it's an apple tree and, you friends and family, whatever, but you don't just come to somebody's land, pick up all their apples and sell it, right? What you do is you say, okay, well, how can I earn these apples? Oh, well, you earn these apples by so on and so forth, right? And that's the kind of technology we have to bring to our people, okay? That's the technology that we have to say, they're going to come to me and be like, hey, look, Only man, you got a nice irrigation system, nice fresh water in this area of the land. How can we get some of this water? I'm really thirsty. How can I get some of this water? Well, all you got to do, brother, is just water these crops every day, or every week. Water these crops every week. That's it. And you water these crops every week. That's your job. That's your employment. You get fresh water. Not only fresh water, I got a windmill over here. You get fresh power. And, I set up a Wi-Fi system. You don't know how to do that. I set up a Wi-Fi system, right? And this is the community. And I noticed that these people who will be living on this land don't got to go, yes, bossa, to no white man. You understand? If they want chicken, they got the chicken walking around. Or they got the chicken in the chicken coop. But whatever the system, the point is that you now, like you're now a part of something where you are free. You don't gotta deal with, oh man, police are beating us. Police pulled us out of the car. The police are gonna do that. If you're in America, the police are gonna do that to you for another 200 years. Period. Okay? You're not gonna have no freedom. Now, if you got your own, like the Maroons don't gotta complain about nothing. They're like, oh man, the police are beating us up, man. Yo, it's so hard to be black. It's, oh my gosh, oh, boo, 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 I'm a victim. You're a victim. You're going to be a victim as long as you are on another man's land. And that man, if he's a white man, he ain't got no damn interest in you. He got no interest in you. And you need to eat. You need to wear clothes, like the lady was saying. Hey, look, man. You know, if you got cotton, you can sell cotton. You know why you can sell cotton? Because you can make clothes with cotton. That's why. You know why you can sell tobacco? Because you can make addictive drugs with tobacco. You understand? You can grow hemp. You can make clothes with hemp. You understand? You can grow crops, make food, clothing, shelter. Consciousness. But you can't do that with no land. Talking about, oh, I need the necessities. I need food, clothes, shelter, consciousness. You know, I got consciousness. I'm a black, blah, 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 I'll tell you, man, some people, look, I'm telling you the truth. Some people, yeah, my brother said land where? Land where? Bro, you need land where the government's good. See, and that's the big question. Where the government is good. Your brother says, where's land? Like land where? Where am I going to get land? You need to get land. All right, here's how it works. Real life, okay? Real life is this. Let's say there's an iron mine, right? Now, I might say I'm learning a little bit, but let's say there's an iron mine. You want to get iron so that you could forge, tools. You can forge premium tools, right? Forge premium tools. A steel shovel, a steel hoe, a steel pickaxe. You can do all that stuff if you got access to iron. Okay? Now the truth is this. Look here. You're going to claim this land, right? You're going to be like, hey, man, this is my iron mine. Nobody can touch this. Nobody can get here. And then and says who? You understand? Let's say we got that cotton farm, we got that vegetable farm, right? Like we growing lettuce. We grow a whole bunch of lettuce, right? And we put a little wooden fence between it because we don't want no critters walking up on it, right? What's to stop the next man from walking up and saying, hey, fresh lettuce, let me get some of this? What's to stop a hungry man, or even a entrepreneurial, not entrepreneurial man, or even just a regular ass thief? What's to stop him from saying, you know what, I'm gonna grab this lettuce. I'm gonna grab all this lettuce. I'm gonna go sell it. Sucks to be you. Or what if you on the way to go sell your lettuce? You just walking. Let's say you got a truck, or even you got a freaking mule, or even a cow, just saddling everything, right? What's to stop me from saying, hey, you know what? I want your cow. I want your, give that all up. What's to stop that is power, government. Okay, government power stops that from happening to you. Okay, because you're not just gonna walk. Cause see, what you have to understand. I think one of the brothers said, this brother, he's a smart brother. Now there's so many smart brothers out there. Okay, there's a handful of smart brothers out there. And I'm talking about who have books, right? The smart brothers who got books. Two of my favorites would be, aside from me, right? Obviously, but two of my favorites that's alive today, Adu Rafo and Asylum Otep. I like these two. Asylum Otep, nice guy. He was saying, look, man, all kingship, all kings, or all nations are formed around trade. You understand? Formed around trade routes. You understand? Because the reality is this: in this world, you have what they call bandits. Okay, you have what you call bandits, which is a group of roving men or women, right? Who take things through violence. You understand? Who take things through violence, who recognize that there are no rights but power. You know, like power is the only what's it? Might makes right, right? So because you have that, because you have people who would attack people en route to the trades and the trading. Yeah, I'm mad YouTube got this so much SNL stuff on my thing. Anyway, because YouTube would, because you have what you call, because you have people attacking a trade route, right? Because you have people attacking a trade route, you have to figure out how to protect that. So whoever will allow, wherever you go, wherever you have to go where you can have a community that either you can protect it or it will be protected. You understand? That's not going to be the same everywhere because the world, listen to me, the world is not some simple static place. You know, once upon a time it would have been good if you were in Liberia. You understand? Once upon a time it would have been good if you was in Rwanda. You understand? Once upon a time it would have been good if you was, it don't matter where. The point is that that's what your individual research is for. You got to figure out where can I make trades. Because the thing is, this truth is that you can grow all the cotton in the world. Some man can come over and burn it up. Or like y'all heard about this sister. Some people like to use this example. There was a sister, she in Ghana, living a good life. And then suddenly, I think some sort of conflict happened with regard to stool, like installment or something like that. They killed her and her sister. Older woman, they killed her. Okay? And the reason and the truth is this, because nobody, nothing can protect you but your good judgment. You understand? But your good judgment. You understand? And there's no, oh, well, you got to go this place. As soon as I tell you that's where you got to go, you got to understand the enemy, warfare is active. And it's always ongoing. As soon as I tell you some place is good, it's terrible. It's the worst place you could be. It's the worst place you could be. You understand? The white man's smart. If y'all even peeping this video. When you peep this video, look at this video again. That's a drone, right? This is a drone flying through Africa. You understand? White man could mount machine guns on drones now. Okay? He could. That means that you could be like, hey man, this is the perfect village right here. This is the perfect village, right? And then the government's like, hey man, the white man coming to the government says, hey, what is this? Yay, I'm just gonna fly, I'm gonna take pictures, right? And then, and of course he gets the machine gun parts, shipped to his country somehow. Some black man's like, yeah, I'm just walking around with a machine gun part. It ain't nothing. Then he goes, does the exchange. Then this drone is flying around your city. All your children exposed, playing around, goofing around. And then brrrr, brrrr. Or they got drones with missiles. You understand? So he's just flying in. That's it. So if I tell you, hey man, come to this latitude, longitude. White man sends a drone, and that's the end of that latitude, longitude. What you need to do is you need to operate in silence. You understand? See, you get land to get a voice. But you use your voice to control and command your land. You ain't worried about, oh man, well, where's a good place for me? You understand? Don't ask that. You gotta say, look, the best place for me to be on the continent around my people who are working to protect our sovereignty, our economic growth and economic power, and that allows me to also impact the laws such that no white boy can just walk up, fly an airplane on me. You understand? And your brother said, need to get that book. It seems powerful. Bro, this is the most powerful book on the planet. Period. See, the thing with this book, and I don't want to go too much, but most black people operate on a first grade level. When it comes to consciousness, they operate on a first grade level. This is a collegiate, this is a grad school text. You understand? This is a grad school text. Most black folk can't read it. Okay, they can't read it. This is grad school. This ain't no first grade. Hey man, a lot of black people, man, we shouldn't, well, if you have a white boyfriend, that means that you're not like. Shut up. You need land. If you don't got land, you're in the same boat as this other fool. You think the Maroons sitting up? Hey man,
you think the Maroons are sitting up, hey man, you can't date white. Hey, why are you dating white people?
If you would date white people, they say, get out. Get out. Don't come back. You're exiled. Now, let's keep being free. Go be a slave if you want to go hook up with an enslaver. Go be a slave. But don't come to me. You know? Brother Craig Copeland says, we also need to learn strategy and defensive skills so to avoid our land being usurped. And that's the truth. See, that's the truth right there. You have to realize, and that's what I'm saying, defensive strategies. That's why you have to go where you can employ defensive strategies, because you can't just employ defensive strategies anywhere. You understand? You can't just deploy defensive strategies anywhere. You understand? You can't, you know, because like sometimes somebody might be like, hey, look, like for instance, let's say my defensive strategy is I'm going to build a machine gun turret, you know, on top of this granary, right? And I'm just going to shoot on anybody, right? That could be legal. That could be illegal, and let's say that's illegal in Nigeria, right? Then suddenly, you know what's going to happen? The Nigerian military is going to come after you, and if you can't answer the Nigerian military, right, when you just have your little machine gun on top of your tower, you will be wiped out from the face of this planet. You understand? We're talking about the Maroons. You know how many Maroons didn't make it? You know how many Maroons did not make it? Matter of fact, because that's another thing I got. Like I said, I got this Book of Power, and one of the things I had in Book of Power was, you know, like Nanny. You know, my ancestor, I call her Akompong or Nani. You know, she telling you, look here. She says, I'm gonna see if I got it right here. Look at this. This is a part of the speech, right? She says, look, because the question is this. The question comes to Nani. It says, you say, why did you sign a treaty? Why did you sign a treaty with these white folks? And she says, why? Because power. And power negotiates with power. You see, what happened with the treaty is that they got land when they no longer have to defend it. But it comes at a cost. It came at a cost. But they also said, look, we got land, and they've been free for the last 200 years. While everybody around Jamaica was still being enslaved, they were free for 200 years. While everybody in Jamaica, you know, oh man, we got a president, we got colorism, we got this, got that. They were free to that day, but it came at a cost. And now everybody made it. So she said, look, they fought for their terms. They fought for their demands. We fought for our terms. We fought for our demands. We fought until we didn't want to fight anymore. See, they fought. You understand? We saved over 1,000 in 10 years. And look at that. It's not a big number. It's not a huge number. It's not a huge number. 1,000, right? And she says, yeah, only 300 are among us. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand that wasn't a big group, right? But they were free. 300 made it to the end. Like, she says, we've killed thousands of them. They killed thousands of us. And it had to end. We fought. We struck out against a tyrant to never wear chains again. And their desire to chain us has waned. They no longer want to chain us. We fought a ritual suicide. We did not toss ourselves over cliffs. We didn't poison ourselves. But we threw ourselves into the ritual of combat, risking it all to gain even this much. And here we have it. And some of you don't, why not you gonna understand that right there. Some black people, maroon towns, full maroon town. Like you said, 300, 400 people, 500 people. One time the sentry is sleeping. He's sleeping. White boy slips in, unnoticed. And he's like, I'm bringing you back into slavery. These black folk ran, jumped off hills. These black folk poisoned themselves. They said, look, we're not going to be slaves. Rather die. That's the sacrifice that we have to understand was being made. Like for instance, I might be talking about freedom. My thing is this. My thinking is this. Real talk. I don't know if I will be. I think I'll be killed. Because I want to be on the front line. You understand? Now, maybe sometime you're like, yo, you know what? If y'all want to go on the front line, y'all can do that. But I know you don't. I know you don't want to go on the front line. So if it comes to it, I'm there. Period. Because if 300 live on in freedom, that's more than you'll ever get
That's more than you'll ever get the way you're living right now. See, that's my blood right there. You understand? That's my blood. But we threw ourselves into the ritual combat, risking it all, right? We took part in our liberation. We took part in the killing. Both sides did. Listen to me. The white boy, he killing for his freedom, for your enslavement. He's killing for it. And you got to kill for your freedom too. And if you want to enslave him, kill him for that too. But you got to kill. That's the answer. Sometimes. Now you can get land the noble way. You can get land. You can purchase it. You could. But at some point you got to understand that you want to be free. And it's like Malcolm said, by any means necessary. By any means necessary. This white boy, he might be listening to me. He's like, you know what, Oni, I'm going to fucking kill you. Look, that's what it takes for you to be free. Then go ahead. Try it. You understand? But that's the whole thing. You might have to come down to a tussle. Might have to come down to a fist fight, a gun battle. It might be a sniper rifle. It might be a bomb from the sky. Whatever. This is what it takes. And if you don't want that, then just be a damn slave. Shut up. Both sides did. Many of our people did not make it as far as us. You heard that? Many of our people did not make it as far as us. Y'all got to read this book. Read what is written. Many of our people did not make it as far as us. Some nearby towns, marooned and brave like us, striking hard and fast, overslept one night, and woke up surrounded. Some dead, some wounded. Their capture would have been certain had they not killed themselves to not be enslaved. We were near to that fate too. And she says, Aman kept us going. You understand? This is not your little preschool black nationalism. You understand? I misspoke before. Most black folks in preschool. There's some of them first grade. Most of them in preschool. This is not your preschool. Armand kept us going. She said, look, the nectar of our ancestors, distant ancestors, that's what kept us going. Sure. Look, so this is what we have to understand as a people. All right? We have to understand that, and like I said, the lady was saying, look, man, it's the American government wants what's good for you. The American government don't want nothing from you but to be a damn slave. Because listen to me. If you read this book, in the preface to that speech, I tell you, look here. The American government sent a spy. The reason why I had this speech from Delaney is because the American government sent a spy on Delaney and said, and wrote his speech, wrote what the dialogue was around it, and I shared that with you. And then also, he said, look, man, we don't want that shit. We want these fucking niggas to be enslaved still. So he's like, why is Delaney going around the country talking about we want them to be the producers? No, we want them to be the freaking consumers. We want them to be enslaved. We don't want them to have no freaking land. We want them to be slaves still. In the new economy, that's all. They get little wages. And they spend those wages on our consumer items. Instead of us clothing them, they buy the clothes. You understand? And so again, like I said, Delaney will tell you, look, man, grow vegetables, grow cotton. And the question comes, what will you grow that on without land? You understand? And if you really understand this, look, the government is the landowner. You understand? Sometimes you be like, no, man, I own my own land. No, you don't own your own land, fool. You ain't buying the land. You're being loaned the land from the government. You understand? You're being loaned the land from the government. Look here. If you think you own your house, why are you paying taxes? Why are you paying taxes on the house? Government saying, look, this is my land, fool. I'm just letting you have a plot. And you're going to have to keep paying me to be on this planet. where I'm at. On my land, you have to pay me to be on my land. Period. And you like, well, no, I own my own house. I own this place. I own this place. You know, that's what I'm saying. Most black people are like that. I own this place. This is my land. No, fool. You're being loaned the land. Uncle Sam, white man, or whomever, you know, whatever country you in, whether you in Tanzania, whether you in Nigeria, whether you in, the owner of the land is the government. So that's the question that always comes up. Hey man, where am I gonna be? You gonna be where you like the government likes you and you like the government. You understand? That's it. You understand? That's it. You know what I'm saying? If I could go up, see, for instance, if I go to let's say, because you know Rwanda's big in the news, right? If I go to Rwanda and Kagame's underlings come to me and say, yo, what's up, Oni? Handshake, hand clap, yo, brother, we gonna have your books and thing. We gonna have you on a radio show. We gonna have you blah blah blah. That's where I should settle. You understand? Now, when I was younger, listen to me. When I was younger, you know, a little ignorant ass little fool. You know, I was over in America, and I was like, you know, someday I want to become a senator. Someday I want to become a congressman. And then I was like, you know what? I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? The white boy, you think he gonna put me on the radio? No. You think the white boy gonna put me on TV? No. You think the white boy gonna have me on his mainstream television network? No. You think the white boy gonna have me writing laws in his country? No. You think the white boy's gonna? If you don't think any of that's gonna happen, then why are you a part of that country? See, you already know what country not to be in. Now again, like I said, like for instance, you look at this video from Ghana, right? And they put Obadale Kambone on the radio program. He's on the radio programs. He's on the television. He's a front page news article. He's all that, and you can't see the difference. You can't see the difference. And see, it don't gotta be. And then you don't have to say, oh well, that's, you know, it's Ghana. It could even be a little city. It could be Accra. It could be a little city. It could be Lagos. It could be any city in the world. The point is that any city in the world, or even not a city, it could be anything. It could be any community. Because you could be in a community, and they'd be like, hey man, go. You know, would you teach our children? You know, would you teach at this school? Or hey, would you run this doctor? Would you run this hospital? And it don't even gotta be that any system's already set up. You could set up the system yourself. Like they said, the Maroons, 300 people. Well, they had like more than 300. They had like 1,000 something. Okay, but 300 people survive, and they make a community, and they are free to this day, and you aren't. You understand? And the only thing is this too, that when you have land, right? When you have land, you got to fight to protect it. Because people are walking around. People are hungry. People are hungry. People are going to see your wealth. And if you don't fight to protect it, your dumb ass just handed over your wealth. You understand? Your dumb ass just handed over your wealth. You know, I'm actually... Hold on a second. Yeah. See, don't make that. Yeah, but that's what happened. You don't own the house. You know? Peace, Sister Nandi. You don't own the house. You understand? The government, or let's say even if you say you own the house, you say, oh, I own the house. Look, you don't own the land that the house is on. You understand? The government owns the land that the house is on, right? And the government also assesses the value of your home and says, hey, you know what? That's a really valuable home. Pay me more taxes because you kept up a valuable home. And the truth is this, that this is what you need to do. This is what you can do. This is what people do. If you're the king of a people, if you're the king, you own all the land. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. You peep this. Like I said, you go back to the Book of Power, right? I didn't give you all the page last time. So the page for that nanny, for the Nani was page 10, right? So that's early in the book. Early in the book, I hit you with it. Yo, look, real talk. This is it. But you skip ahead. You skip ahead to, there's a section with Chancellor Williams, okay? So Chancellor Williams, you already know, this was actually already in
the destruction of black civilization. So it's not like I'm really like most or many of you have read that, and that's fine. But you gotta understand what you're reading. So on page 449, because that's what I'm saying. I give you some insight into what are the best articles, the best everything in the world. And I say, look, this is what some of the best minds have written. This is what some of the best minds have said, right? And here's an analysis on top of that. So on page 449, we talk about Chancellor Williams' traditional African constitution. Now you got a peep game in this traditional African constitution, right? So we go to page 451, right? And let's just say, look at this right here, 451. And I did a little bit of tweaks, obviously, but 451, you look at number 2. Number 2 says, kings, chiefs, and elders are leaders, not rulers. They are the elected representatives of the people and the instruments for executing their will. Now, by elected, what he really means is, you can walk out. You can use the door. You can get out. You understand? You can get out. If you don't like how things are being run, you can get out. And I mean, of course, they're trying to, if you're the chief, the king, the elder, what you're trying to do is you're trying to, because if you're African, you're trying to continue your African tradition. So if somebody gets off of the African tradition, yeah, there's going to be a revolt if everything was smooth beforehand. Obviously, this is something basic. But look at number 8. It said the land belongs to no one. It is a man's gift to mankind for use and as a sacred heritage transmitted by our forebears as a bond between the living and the dead to be held in trust by each generation for the unborn who will follow and thus to the last generation. Each family, therefore, number 9, here, this is important right here. So each family, therefore, has a right to land free of charge, sufficient in acreage for its economic well-being, for the right to the opportunity and means to make a living is the right to live, okay? A, the land accordingly cannot be sold or given away. B, the land may be held for life and passed on to the family's heirs and so on forever. Now check this out. C, the chief is the custodian of all land. The principal duty being to assure fair distribution and actual use. You understand? And you can even go to number 10. All monies, gifts, taxes, and other forms of donation to chief or king still belong to the people for relief or aid to individuals in times of need. Now what you're not peeping, what like I said, a lot of us first grade, preschool, so we read this, Chancellor Williams is putting game on you. He's putting game. He's like, look, man, this is a description of an economic order. Okay? This is a description of an economic order. And yet you're not peeping it. Okay? First he says, look, you see it's a little bit of contradiction, right? He says the land belongs to no one, but the chief is the custodian of all the land. You understand? So what does that tell you? Who's the land belong to? The chief. You understand? So the chief has the land. You understand? Just like in America, the government of America has the land. You can use it, you can transmit it, but the government owns the land. And listen to what he says. Listen to what Chancellor Williams says. He says, look, you have it, but B, the land may be held for life and no. Which one is it? Oh yeah, C, the principal duty being to assure fair distribution and actual use. So the American government says, hey, look, your house is valued at so much. So this is what happens in America. So the house says, the house is valued at so much, we're going to tax you for that. We're going to tax you to make sure that you know the value of your home and make sure that you are a valuable person in this community. Because if you're not a valuable person, we're going to take your house from you. You ain't pay taxes on it, we're going to take your house from you. You understand? And put somebody with a more valuable use. You understand? So even in this, this was a continental African constitution. So pretty much everywhere you go in Africa had a constitution like this, right? Unwritten. But the rules of the thing was, hey, look, if you're sitting down on a bunch of land and you ain't even farming it, they're gonna say, get out. Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Get out of here. That's it. And this is what you have to understand, right? That you're supposed to be in the position of this chief or the elders. You understand? The elders, like number 6, he said the elder of each extended family or clan is a chosen representative of the council, on the council. So the king and the chief, they have council. You should be a part of the council. Okay? Yeah, look at number 7, matter of fact. Decisions in council are made by the elders. The chief or king must remain silent. Even when he announces the council's decision is through a speaker, linguist. Decrees or laws are issued in the same manner to ensure that the voice of the chief or king is the voice of the people. This is an example of a provision that had wide variations. But you have to understand, if you can't be a part of the council, because right now, see to the brother Abadali Kambon, he's making his way up to the council. He's making his way up to the council. What you doing? You ain't making yourself up to no council in America. And even when it says, look, he says, look, what does he say? He says, the land belongs to no one, is transmitted. He says there's laws for how the land is like how the people have to behave on the land. In America, you have to behave in the interest of the white unborn. I don't want to say the white man's views in our Constitution. I don't want to say that. I'm trying to let you understand in your own African mind what is wrong with you being in the wrong nation, being landless, and thinking that you're talking deep stuff. Okay? You're not talking deep stuff if you are landless. And the only thing you should be saying, like me, like you might be like, hey, Oni, where's your land, brother? Right? Okay, that's a fair critique. Only thing I'm telling you is to go get yourself some land. That's it. I ain't telling you, man, because there's a lot of black people, man, a lot of black people will be like, hey, man, this person is, this person's a capitalist, or this person, I think that person's a mulatto, or they'll be like, hey, I think that this person is just this, or blah blah blah. What is the white man doing in this room? Like, shut the f up and get your black ass some land. That's all. Just shut up and get your black ass some land. Period. You have to answer for yourself, where can I be a part of the Elders Council? Where can I be recognized? Where can I get a radio program? Where can I get a business? Where can I get access to the mines? Because, hey, you know what? I want to make freaking katanas. I want to make swords. I want to make scimitars. I want to make kopeshes. I want to make weapons. I want to make guns. I want to make rifles. Where can I get access to the iron mines? Where can I get access to the gunpowder? Where can I do this stuff? Listen to me. Like here's something that y'all don't even see. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to even give away all the stuff in the book, but it's like I can't explain to you how much is in here. So look on page 508, right? We talk about this. Look, 508. We talk about so in the white man's countries. So here's what happens. The white man one day says, you know what? We can make firearms with plastic. We can 3D print firearms with plastic. So this is page 508, y'all. 508. He says we can 3D print firearms with plastic. Let's make it illegal. Why should we make people just print guns in their homes? Let's make it illegal. So he makes it illegal in the white man's country. So he makes it illegal in the white man's country. So what does that mean for you in a black man's country? That means that you could still set up a 3D printer and arm yourself to the T. You understand? So you never got to worry about mining the plastic, mining the metal. You could just mine the plastic. And suddenly, you could have a business of selling guns. And now you might be like, well, I don't want to sell guns. Because again, like I said, somebody got to protect your land. And if you ain't protecting it, guess what? It's not your land. In fact, I actually put that inside this book. I'm not going to go too long because I know some people don't even, whatever. But actually, look, that's actually one of my favorite lines.
not your land, right? Uh, yeah. So this was actually, so this is page 227, right? And this was after, uh, this is like right before a speech by everybody's favorite. Uh, anyway, so I say, look here. The population doesn't own the land. The nation does. Okay, so this was actually, I think y'all friend Amos Wilson said something along the lines of how we own the land in Africa, right? And the thing is this, like I said, this is not something that really makes sense. It doesn't make sense it should not make sense to you when somebody tells you that you own the land in Africa. Because look, you don't own any land if you can't protect it. You understand? And like, for instance, if you walk out the grocery store and I just take the food out of your hand and I go put it in my fridge, I just run off, put it in my fridge, and then I'm eating it and I drink it, and then, it's finished. It's done. Was that your food or was it mine? Was that your food or was it mine? Like, you don't even know how the food got into the grocery store, real talk. You don't know if they just took it from somebody. Right? I just took it. I just take it from you. Is it your food or mine? No, unless you can protect it, it's not yours. But even so, look here. I said, look, I'm giving you guys information and y'all not taking it. I said, look, the population doesn't own the land. The nation does. The nation, you can look at the nation as the government or the people on the top, right? Like I said, the custodian, the chief. The chief was the custodian of the land. The chief owns the land, not the little people. The chief owns it. He says, if you aren't of the nation, if you don't own anything, if you're not a part of the council, but the thing is, the council had everybody's family, so it made a little sense. You might be like, oh, well, not everybody's family, but it has, big clans, big names, big families, who also had a big share in the function of the community. So that's who owned the land, right? So if you aren't of the Asian nation, you don't own anything. You don't have a nation, so no one will depend on you. Because this was, the brother was saying that people depend on you. A white man depends on you for his wealth. He don't depend on you, right? But anyway, look, in other words, Africa's resources are not your resources by virtue of you being African. Okay? You can't consider the Eurasian as dependent on you if he takes out resources out of Africa. The Eurasian is your enemy. He will kill you for the wealth of the land you originated in. That's it. You just originated. That's it. If you cannot defend it, while you may think it's yours, you're dealing with a cancer that will consume as long as you don't stop it. It's nonsensical to say it's mine and not organize to defend it. This is, again, look here. Look, this is the Book of Power, page 228. We're on 228 now. In the American South, whites would walk into the homes of black families and send the black man out. The black man thought she was his wife. If you're not organized, you're not married. And this is where I could end it right here. I could look. You could sugarcoat it with its self-hate, right? But it's a lack of power, a lack of nationhood, and a lack of racial education. This is what we call Boko Waset Not Keru. And that is that collegiate, graduate level education that you're not going to get anywhere else. Like I said, open your book, read the pages and understand. You ain't got no land, don't have no voice. Shut up. Only thing you should say is, how can I get land? Where am I going to get land? That's it. And if that's not what's coming out your mouth, you talking about celebrities. Because a lot of people, they talking about celebrities. They talking about celebrities, they talking about squabbles, they talking about fights. If that's all that's on your mind, look, that's entertainment, that's fun. But don't act like you a nationalist. Don't act like you conscious. But anyway, thanks family so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. By the way, we've got Sunday African Worship coming up. So Sunday African Worship is on Discord. Sometimes I have the voice, sometimes I have the text, but I'm trying to do it every Sunday, rain or sunshine, whatever.
But yeah, definitely come through. We on Discord. You can follow me on Twitter. Please like and subscribe to this page. If I get more subscriptions, I can, like I could actually write text on YouTube, so I could actually like be like, hey, guess what? I'm going to be live in some moment. But definitely, family. Try to get my book. My book's on Amazon right now. My book's on Amazon. Try to get my book, and let's take it from there. But but peace, Shemi Hotep, and I appreciate everyone who listened. And definitely write me, like I said, connect with me on Discord, and connect with me on YouTube. But I appreciate your time and all that. But let's get some land. And look, when you get that land, don't forget me. You know what I'm saying? Invite me. I'm gonna see how good the fruits and veggies are where you are. All right, family. So like, subscribe, and share, and let's go to the next level. Asante sana, Nitaya to Shemi Hotep.